Have you ever felt like your day slips away, consumed by distractions, leaving your priorities untouched? Imagine waking up tomorrow with clarity and purpose, fully aligned with what truly matters. What if I told you that Stoicism, an ancient philosophy over 2,000 years old, holds the key to mastering your focus and reclaiming your life? At its core, Stoicism is a practical philosophy focused on living a virtuous life by aligning your actions with your principles. It teaches us to distinguish between what we can control, our thoughts, choices, and actions, and what lies beyond our power. By focusing only on what we can influence, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry and distraction. This mindset is not about detachment, but about engagement with life in a deliberate, purposeful way. Today, we're diving into how Stoicism can teach you to zero in on your priorities, eliminate distractions, and live with intention. By the end of this journey, you'll have actionable strategies to align your actions with your deepest values. Let's begin. One of the cornerstones of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." Think about that for a moment. How much of your day is spent worrying about things you cannot change? Other people's opinions, unexpected interruptions, or even the weather. These worries drain our mental energy, leaving little room to focus on what truly matters. Now consider this. What if you shifted all your energy to the things you can control? Your actions, your choices, your effort. This mental pivot transforms your mindset. You begin to see challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to exercise your inner strength. When you stop wasting energy on uncontrollable outcomes, you'll find yourself with more clarity and focus for the things that matter most. Think about the implications of this shift. Instead of worrying about how others might react to your decisions, you could channel that energy into refining your skills or nurturing meaningful relationships. By focusing on what is within your power, you create a sense of autonomy and resilience. This isn't just a philosophical ideal, it's a practical tool for navigating daily life with intention and purpose. Imagine a scenario where you face criticism at work. You cannot control the opinions of your colleagues, but you can control how you respond. Do you let their words discourage you, or do you use the feedback to grow stronger and more capable? The choice is always yours. Actionable step. Each morning, identify one thing you can control today that aligns with your priorities. Write it down and make it a focal point of your day. Commit to giving it your best effort, regardless of external distractions or setbacks. Additionally, practice a brief reflection at the end of the day. Ask yourself, did I focus on what I could control? How did this affect my mindset and productivity? Over time, these reflections will reinforce the habit of concentrating your energy on what truly matters. By adopting the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control, you gain not only clarity but also a profound sense of peace. When you focus on your sphere of influence, life becomes less about reacting to the chaos around you and more about building the person you aspire to be. With consistent practice, this mindset will transform how you approach challenges, allowing you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and confidence. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, reminded himself daily of his principles. He believed that aligning your actions with your values creates harmony between your inner and outer world. When you prioritize based on your values, decision-making becomes simpler, and distractions lose their pull. Your values serve as a compass, offering direction even when life feels chaotic. They clarify what is worth your time and energy, and empower you to stay grounded when external pressures arise. Reflection exercise. Write down your top 3 values. Is it growth, integrity, family, kindness? Once identified, ask yourself, how can I live these values today? Let this guide your choices and focus. Take time to visualize what these values mean in your daily life. For instance, if you value growth, dedicate 30 minutes to learning something new, perhaps reading a book, enrolling in a course, or seeking mentorship. If integrity is key, ensure your commitments today reflect your word. This could mean honoring a promise or taking responsibility for a mistake. If family is one of your values, consider setting aside uninterrupted time to connect deeply, whether that's sharing a meal or having a meaningful conversation. For kindness, reflect on small actions you can take to uplift someone else's day, such as offering a sincere compliment or lending a helping hand. But don't stop there. Review your actions at the end of the day. Ask yourself, did I truly honor my values? This simple reflection transforms values from abstract ideals into lived experiences. When you consistently act in alignment with your principles, you'll notice an increase in confidence and clarity. Over time, this habit creates a sense of inner peace, knowing that your actions mirror who you want to be. The beauty of values-driven living is that it simplifies life. Choices become easier because your guiding principles act as filters. Should you take on that extra responsibility at work? Should you spend your evening watching TV or pursuing a hobby that nurtures your soul? With your values as your foundation, these decisions become clear and purposeful. By aligning your actions with your values daily, you create a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. Each choice, no matter how small, becomes a step toward the person you aspire to be. Let your values be the compass that keeps you on course, even amidst life's storms. The Stoics believed in living with purpose. Seneca once said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." This quote reminds us that clarity in our goals is not just helpful, it's essential. Distractions thrive in the absence of clear goals. By setting intentional goals, you give your mind a clear target, reducing the temptation to wander aimlessly and helping you move through the day with focus and determination. Let's think about how intentionality impacts every aspect of life. Without it, we risk spending hours chasing tasks that offer little return or value. A clear purpose allows you to evaluate every decision through the lens of your greater goals, asking, does this contribute to the person I want to become? This approach builds not just productivity but a sense of fulfillment, because every action is aligned with your core values. Daily practice. At the start of your day, write down your top 3 priorities. These are non-negotiables, the tasks or actions that must be accomplished no matter what happens. This might include work responsibilities, personal goals, or nurturing relationships. Break larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks to make progress tangible. Take a moment to visualize the impact of completing these priorities. Imagine the sense of accomplishment and how it brings you closer to your overarching aspirations. This mental preparation strengthens your resolve and reduces procrastination. Periodically revisit your list throughout the day. Are you staying true to your plan, or have distractions crept in? Adjust as needed, but maintain focus on those core priorities. Use visual reminders. Place sticky notes with your top 3 priorities on your desk or near your workspace. Having these goals visible will keep your focus sharp throughout the day. Set boundaries for deep work. Create blocks of uninterrupted time where you work solely on your priorities. Inform others of your availability to avoid interruptions, and use noise-canceling tools if necessary. Celebrate progress. Acknowledge even small accomplishments toward your goals. This positive reinforcement will motivate you to continue tackling your priorities with intention. Beyond daily lists, consider a weekly reflection on your intentionality. Review whether the goals you set were realistic and impactful. Did they align with your long-term values? If not, refine them for the week ahead. By combining short-term action with long-term reflection, you create a system that continuously aligns your efforts with your larger purpose. Over time, this practice builds discipline, clarity, and a sense of empowerment. You'll find that the act of writing down your intentions each day transforms how you approach challenges, ensuring that every step you take is deliberate and meaningful. Seneca also warned against scattering our efforts. You are everywhere except where you should be. Sound familiar? Often, our inability to focus stems from overcommitting or trying to please everyone. When we say yes to too many things, we dilute our energy and lose sight of what truly matters. Think about this. Every time you say yes to something, you're also saying no to something else. Is your yes aligned with your values and priorities, or is it driven by guilt, obligation, or fear of disappointing others? The Stoics remind us that to live intentionally, we must recognize the power of choice and wield it wisely. Saying no isn't about rejection. It's about making space for what's meaningful. Stoic wisdom in practice. Embrace the word no as a tool to guard your time and energy. Declining something that doesn't align with your priorities isn't selfish. It's an act of self-respect and clarity. Reframe no as a positive. Instead of viewing it as shutting someone out, see it as protecting your ability to show up fully for the things that truly matter. For example, imagine being asked to join a committee at work that doesn't align with your goals. Instead of an automatic yes, consider whether it supports your growth or diverts your energy. A polite but firm, "I appreciate the offer, but I need to focus on my current commitments," sets boundaries without alienating others. Here's another exercise. Write down your top 3 priorities for the week. Whenever a new request arises, pause and compare it against those priorities. If it doesn't serve them, practice saying no with kindness and confidence. Over time, this discipline will strengthen your ability to focus and align your actions with your values. Remember, each no you give is an opportunity to say yes to the things that matter most. By mastering this practice, you'll not only protect your time, but also cultivate a life of intention and purpose. Distractions are inevitable. But here's the Stoic approach. Instead of resisting distractions with frustration, use them as opportunities for practice. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When distractions arise, they present a chance to strengthen your discipline. Picture them as weights for your mental gym. Every time you refocus, you're training your mind to prioritize what matters most. Instead of frustration, cultivate curiosity. Why does this distraction pull at you? Is it because you're avoiding something more challenging or meaningful? Pause and recognize distractions without judgment. Start by acknowledging the distraction as neither good nor bad. This neutral recognition breaks the cycle of self-criticism, allowing you to act with clarity. Refocus your energy, reaffirm your priorities, and take one small action to redirect your focus. For instance, if a stray thought tempts you to scroll social media, counter it by opening your to-do list and tackling the first item. Ask reflective questions. Pause and ask yourself, will this distraction matter a week from now? Or am I choosing momentary pleasure over lasting fulfillment? These questions act as mental anchors, pulling you back to intentionality. Practical tip. Master technology. Treat apps and notifications as tools, not masters. Silence non-essential alerts and use apps that support focus, like timers or task organizers. Schedule focus blocks of work. For example, 25 minutes of undistracted effort, followed by a 5-minute intentional break. Practice deliberate breaks. Distractions often arise from fatigue. Instead of resisting breaks, embrace intentional pauses. During these moments, stretch, breathe deeply, or reflect on your progress. Keep a distraction journal. Track the times you get distracted and the triggers that caused it. Review patterns weekly and strategize ways to mitigate these distractions. For example, if you notice social media often derails your focus, limit its use to specific times of the day. Environment matters. Create a dedicated workspace free of clutter or distractions. Use physical boundaries, like headphones or closed doors, to signal when you're in deep focus mode. Leverage accountability. Share your focus goals with a friend or colleague. When someone else knows your intentions, you're more likely to stay committed. Beyond this, keep a distraction journal for a week. Jot down every time you're pulled away from your task. At the end of the week, review the patterns. Are there specific times, tasks, or emotions that trigger your distraction? By understanding these triggers, you can preemptively address them, creating a tailored environment for focus. Remember, distractions are a part of life, but your response defines their impact. Each time you overcome one, you're building the mental fortitude to stay aligned with your values. Turn distractions into stepping stones for greater self-mastery. The Stoics believed in daily reflection. Before bed, Marcus Aurelius would journal, asking himself, "What did I do well today? Where did I fall short?" This practice isn't about self-criticism. It's about growth and creating a roadmap for improvement. Reflection provides clarity. It allows you to revisit your actions with a calm mind, identify patterns, and create strategies for better alignment with your goals. By taking even just a few minutes to pause and reflect, you're setting the stage for continuous progress. Your evening exercise. Write down one accomplishment you're proud of. Reflect on why it mattered and how it aligns with your values. One distraction you can manage better tomorrow. Was it caused by external circumstances or internal habits? How can you approach it differently? One intention for the next day. Be specific and connect it to your overarching priorities. For example, instead of just writing, "Be more productive," set a goal like completing one focused hour on a key task or dedicating time to a meaningful relationship. To deepen the impact, consider journaling about emotions tied to your day. Did you feel proud, frustrated, or fulfilled? These insights provide a more nuanced understanding of your actions and help you identify triggers or motivators. Over time, This reflection sharpens your focus and strengthens your discipline. It transforms reflection into a habit of intentional living, ensuring that each day builds upon the last. And as Seneca might say, every night offers a chance to correct the course for the morning ahead. Focusing on your priorities in a Stoic way isn't about perfection, it's about progress. By controlling what you can, living by your values, and embracing intentionality, you'll find yourself aligned with what truly matters. But let's delve deeper into this. Ask yourself, how often do we allow distractions to disguise themselves as productivity? Reflect on the moments when saying yes to one task pulls you further from what truly deserves your attention. Stoicism reminds us that clarity of purpose is an antidote to the chaos of modern life. So, as you move forward this week, practice mindfulness about your decisions. Each time you're faced with a choice, pause and ask, am I living in alignment with my values? Am I prioritizing what truly matters? Will this action bring me closer to my purpose or further away? Remember, every choice you make is a vote for the person you are becoming. The Stoics teach us that even the smallest actions, repeated consistently, shape our character and destiny. Consider the ripple effects of your focus. When you dedicate time to what truly matters, you inspire others around you to do the same. This isn't just personal growth, it's a transformative practice that spreads positivity and purpose. Take action today. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Reflect on your journey in the comments. What's one priority you're focusing on this week? How are you applying Stoic principles to bring clarity and intention into your life? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more insights on how ancient wisdom can transform modern lives. And as you navigate your week, hold on to this final thought. The only limits are the ones you place on yourself. The tools for change are already in your hands. Start small, but stay consistent. Let's reclaim our focus, our values, and our time together.